Welcome back to the Casuals Podcast with Nick and Gbaby.
Yes, sir. Come on.
So we covered, what did we cover? NFC East?
NFC South. NFC South was the last episode.
Yeah, but those are the two we covered. We covered
Yeah.
NFC East and South. So now we're moving on to West, and their next one will be the North, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last one was the North.
Yeah. So before we jump into that, got a lot of news today.
Yeah. Today was, so for those of you who don't know, we record in advance to get
Yeah.
these out before the season starts. So today is August 30th. Today was cut day.
Yeah.
Final roster day.
Final roster cuts, and a lot of unexpected cuts. I thought a lot of big names that you think should have a job were all cut. But we're gonna get into that a little bit, talk a little bit about that. But first, I got some college football. Week 0,
Come on.
Nebraska Northwestern. Usually not a fun game. I don't think anybody, unless you're a fan, would tune into that one. But they played in Ireland, so that was cool.
I saw a TikTok. You know, what's his name? You know the podcast with Taylor Lewan and Nick Compton. That's his name. The linebacker.
The Bussin' with the Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick Compton. I guess, did he go to Nebraska?
Yeah, he had him going like 9-3.
Yeah, I saw a TikTok. He said he was like, "Oh, I got him going 9-3," and then you go through the games. He's like, "Bro, you know we're gonna be 9-0 going into Michigan. They're probably gonna be the number 1 seed. We're winning that game. We're gonna be 10-0." And then he goes through. He's like, "Yeah, we're going 12-0. Like it's no big deal." And then they lose the first game to Northwestern.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's about to be you when the Bills lose week 1 to the Rams.
It's only no Tre'Davious White doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, facts.
Trust in MVP Josh Allen.
But yeah, Nebraska Northwestern. They played in Ireland, which is kind of cool. I don't know the significance behind it. I didn't look too much into it, but Nebraska lost that game. Shocker, 31-28. There's a graphic. Scott Frost is now 5-21 in one possession games, dating back to last year.
Stinky.
It would take me a little bit to find it, but I wanted to. That's what I was forgetting before we sat down and recorded out. They gave a whole list dating back to like last year
of all the games he's lost,
like last year or 2 years ago or something like that. Of all the games he's lost by one possession.
I was about to say it's got to be 2 years because that's 26 games.
It's 26 games. I don't know how many games are in a college football year.
Well, you have like 12,
probably like 12ish. Yeah,
and then you have.
Well, they're
the
not
bowl
making
game
any.
and
They're
stuff.
not making. They
I was
haven't
about to
made
say
a bowl game,
playoffs or bowl game.
But yeah. Yeah. So basically,
he's ass.
He's ass. He choke artist, biggest loser of week 0. But yeah, not a good look. Definitely on the hot seat. He was like throwing his coaches under the bus. I was watching something. Supposedly what happened? They got he used to call plays.
Oh, they got a new play caller?
Yeah.
And he ain't like the play calls?
I don't know. He said something about, in the press conference, he said something about they need to adapt to how this game works or something along that lines, like throwing them under the bus.
I mean, that's his own fault, though. Like, that's your team. You got to have your team in check.
I know.
Like, that's his own fault.
And he came out before the season and was like, "Oh, every single practice our offensive linemen have been throwing up." So that's supposed to like get them hype or something, and then they just go back to being the same old Nebraska team that loses by one possession.
Stinky Nebraska.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if they all would have threw up on the field, they would have won. I don't know. Who knows? But now some today news, I guess.
Come on.
Tyrann Mathieu.
Hold on.
Tyrann Mathieu, top 3 safety, by the way. Tyron Smith, he's out with a knee injury. Dallas's offensive line, that's stinky because they just got rid of Leo Collins. Their rookie from Tulsa is now the starter. I guess he could come back, but in like December, they said it's like the earliest he could come back. So
a little playoff push.
I don't know. Hey, maybe. I don't know. Denzel Mims requested trade from the Jets.
Yeah, that's an interesting one because I thought I saw that they were going to grant it, and the Panthers were one of the teams that were interested. And then apparently Robert Saleh came out and said that he's going to be with them. So I don't know what to think of that.
He played in the last preseason game and kind of went off, I think.
That wouldn't surprise me.
But I don't know. I'd like to see him actually get some playing time.
I think he will because of what? It's him, Garrett Wilson, and I'm blanking.
Garrett Wilson's not even their number.
No, there's a number 1. I forget his name though. It's him, no. Garrett Wilson. So from
we don't know ball.
So from 3 to 1, he's number 3. Garrett Wilson is number 2.
And there's a Jets number 1.
Hold on,
but who pays attention to the Jets? So that's got to be cut some slack for us.
Hold on,
the Jets number 1.
I'm pulling it up.
What happened to Corey Davis?
I don't know. I could not tell you where he's at. Oh, he's still on the team.
He's still on the team?
He is. Elijah Moore.
Oh, duh.
Right, he's a baller.
Yeah, we don't know ball.
You know who else is on that team? Braxton Berrios. Come on.
Wow.
That's a name for you.
That's a good name, guy.
Braxton Berrios. Is it because it's an alliteration?
I don't even know.
I
know what that means. I know what that means. I know what that means. I was going to say, I don't even know what that means. And then I thought about the word and I was like, wait, I do know what that means. So, I don't know. Braxton Berrios just sounds like a cool name. So, I don't know. Maybe he can return some punts or something in the fourth quarter of the preseason game.
Anyway, back to cuts here.
Ronald Jones got cut.
That's a surprising one.
He's got to get a job. He's got to get signed somewhere.
I mean, but like, I don't know. I don't know what to think of that because he was the starter. Fournette got cut. They brought Fournette in, and he lost it he lost his job in a week. He wasn't even getting touches last year. He was behind Giovanni Bernard last year.
Maybe he fell off.
Maybe
he fell off.
He kind of looks like Rod Wave. Maybe he should make some music.
Rod Wave. Be like AB. You get hit a couple times in the head, get a severe case of CTE, and start making music. Following daddy's footsteps. I don't know. I don't even know who could use him.
Not off the top of my head. I mean,
the Ravens could add another running back. I mean, I guess I'll throw that in now. I'm doing that.
I was about to say
they just signed Kenyon Drake.
Yeah.
So I don't know why. That makes no sense. They have like 3 running backs already.
So what? So they have Lamar Jackson, running back number 1, J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, Mike Davis, Kenyon Drake.
Kenyon Drake. That's insane. Why do you need that many running backs? I guess when your wide receiver 1 is Rashad Bateman, you gotta get as much help as you.
They're gonna run wings.
The Georgia Tech triple option offense. Oh man. Yeah, Trevor Penning, the Saints' new draft pick, he's out this year, torn ligament in his foot.
There's been a lot of foot injuries going on.
I know.
Matt Corral and Sam Darnold. Well, they said Sam Darnold.
Too.
They said Sam Darnold was an ankle injury, but the first report came out that it was his foot. And then that guy.
Yeah, I don't really know or care about the Saints' offensive line that much. But I know the name because he got kicked out of practice for 3 straight days for starting a fight. So that's kind of funny.
Got that mentality.
I guess so. I don't know. He's getting bashed in all the comments on it though. So let's see. Brian Robinson. That's rough. Brian Robinson reportedly shot carjack attempt.
Yeah. Because he was what? He was going to be the number 1.
He was. It just got announced. It just got announced that he was going to be the number 1 guy. You said he was coming back this year, maybe? I don't know.
I saw a report that he might come back this year. Although,
I mean, that would be a cool story to come back this year.
And supposedly he was he came back to the facility today. So,
yeah, I did see that he got released and he was at the facility. Supposedly he's in good hopes. But yeah, I'm not really going to talk about like how that impacts Antonio Gibson or anything because I don't really care about Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense, but 2, man just got shot, so I'll let that rest for a little bit. Eagles released their 2 starting safeties, and I was sitting there and I was like, Eagles probably won this offseason, and I saw them release their 2 starting safety, and I was like,
what are we doing here?
Like, that's typical Eagles. Like I knew they couldn't make it a whole offseason without screwing something up.
Yeah.
And then before I could even open my mouth, they trade for Chauncey Gardner Johnson. Yeah. It's a mouthful. Pause.
Bro, that was a great trade.
That was they stole that.
They traded a 5th and a 6th for Gardner Johnson and a 7th.
Right.
That's
insane.
Although I don't know if he's gonna play. Apparently, I was hearing he's played safety before.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's going to play safety or if they're just going to run, like if they're going to run 1 safety. I don't know what that's going to look like.
I think they did make that announcement that he's going to play safety there. I think I remember seeing that.
I'm surprised, man.
So for this one, we got 2 more. We got Jacksonville trades Laviska Shenault to the Panthers. Gavin, Panthers fan, how you feel about that?
It didn't really make sense to me, if I'm honest.
Really?
DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Rashad Higgins.
Yeah.
I don't think we need another wide receiver.
He fell off last year, but the year before that, he was pretty good, I thought.
Yeah, no, it wasn't bad. He's not. I'm not saying he's bad. I just feel
he's
like
definitely a good addition to the team, I say.
I mean, get Baker as many weapons as you can.
Oh yeah. And then we have 49ers and Jimmy G's contract, but we're actually talking about the NFC West today, so that works out perfectly. Yeah. So we'll get to there when we get to there. Without further ado,
the NFC West.
Seattle Seahawks. Gavin loves the Seahawks this year.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
All right.
The Seahawks are my least favorite team in the NFL. I have them at 1-16.
Holy shit. That makes no fucking sense.
They already had a bad defense last year. And it's not like you've got Russell Wilson throwing the ball. You've got Geno Smith and his big ass camel toe throwing the ball. Like, you traded Russell Wilson for Drew Lock, and he got beat out by Mr. Camel Toe.
Mr. Camel Toe.
You know which picture I'm referencing?
No,
right?
I don't.
You've never seen that picture?
That's why I'm finding it so funny, yeah.
You've never seen that picture of Geno Smith and his camel toe?
What happened? Oh, my gosh. You do make a good point. I think there's no way they go 1-16. If they go 1-16, Pete Carroll should be fired like on the spot. Yo.
For those that are listening, I just showed him the picture of Geno Smith's camel toe. For those that are interested, look that up. Just be careful out there. Make sure you put Geno Smith in front of that. But yeah,
I need to learn how to edit so I can edit that Geno Smith part. Just make you look sus. Yeah, you make a good point. I have them going 5-12.
I think. Look, I'm not saying they're gonna go, like, obviously my prediction is 1-16, but I'm saying it's very possible for them to go 5-12.
Yeah, I think they're like a 5-12, 6-11 type of team. Last year they went 7-10. That's with Russell Wilson, but like he was like hurt and all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm not high on them at all. I don't think they're gonna be very good, but I don't think they're gonna be like one loss or one win.
I don't know.
Team. Well, because like you look at it, I mean, they play the Falcons where they can win that game. They play the Cardinals. I don't truly trust the Cardinals. I think they could split with them. That's what I have them doing. They have the Giants that they could beat. They have the Panthers they can beat. They have the Jets they can beat. They have the Lions they can beat.
I want to ask you this though. So those are all. So in a toss-up or close game, what do the Seahawks have that says in a one-possession game we're gonna go out there and win it?
They have two. They have probably. I was gonna say something really stupid. They have DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett.
A wide receiver is only as good as the person that's throwing him the ball.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think they have the guys that they're like, we need to, like, when you get in that type of position where it's a toss-up game and they're like, we need to score, who are we going to? I think they have at least two guys that they know for sure they can go to.
I feel like,
can they get them the ball? I don't know.
I feel like in a one possession game, if I'm defense, we're doubling DK. I don't care.
You can double DK, that's fine, but you still have Tyler Lockett. You got to pull either.
I think Tyler Lockett is gonna have a drop off year.
Oh my God, yeah, he definitely is. I agree with you because he was so streaky. I mean, super streaky, and that was with Russell Wilson. So I mean, with Geno Smith, like, there's no way he can stay consistent. I mean, he's probably going to pop off a couple games for like 10 catches, 200 yards, but the rest of them are going to be like 1 catch, 5 yards.
And they lost their running back who just retired. I forget his name because of a neck injury.
Chris Carson, yeah.
Yeah, he just
That's okay.
Excuse me. He just retired because of a neck injury.
That's okay though. He hasn't really played. He's been hurt a lot. I like Kenneth Walker a lot.
Apparently Rashad Penny's the starter though.
I don't care. I don't like Penny. I would make an argument that when Kenneth Walker, I think he's going to be a starter. He has to be. There's no way he isn't a starter. At the very least, they like split carries 50-50. But I would argue to say you have 3 guys that you can say confidently on that offense. Oh my gosh, they got Noah Fant. They have 4 guys. I'm gonna say it. They have 4 guys on that offense that in crunch time they can say, I can give any of these guys the ball and they're gonna make a play. DK, Tyler Lockett, Noah Fant, and Kenneth Walker. I love all of them. I love all 4 of those guys. Yes.
Look, I'm not saying they can't go out there and make a play, but you're telling me in crunch time, Geno Smith's making a play. Drew Lock's making a play. The offensive line is getting blocked so Kenneth Walker can bust one up the middle.
Whoa.
Bust one right down your throat. Hell no. Hell no.
All right, I didn't say Geno Smith. I never said anything about Geno Smith. I said...
It's going to be Geno Smith. Drew Lock's too busy rapping on the sideline.
All right, I didn't say either one of those because I know they have playmakers that they can get the ball to in those type of positions. Getting them the ball will be a problem. But if they can get them the ball, they have a very good chance to win in those close games.
That's why. Look, that's the only reason I'm saying in a close game, I don't see how the Seahawks can win. Especially if you're up one possession, you're telling me that defense is going to get a stop.
Probably not. Jamal
Adams basically plays right end for them.
Yeah, right.
And I mean, they have
lost Bobby Wagner.
They have a couple decent secondary. Like they have, they drafted Kobe Bryant. They have Quandre Diggs. They have Sidney Jones. Like those are all,
those are decent
like they have
guys.
decent secondary. But to me, I don't think they're gonna go out there and get a stop.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sticking with my 4 dudes, but in regards to the rest of the team, I have no idea. Because I don't think when it comes down to it, I don't think Geno Smith has the balls to get anything done. I don't think Drew Lock has it either. That hurts me to say because Broncos. But, I mean, he didn't have it in Denver. He's not going to have it in Seattle. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. He looks kind of clean in the Seattle jersey, though. I'll give him that. That's literally
they got some good jerseys.
Yeah. They had a pretty good draft. If you want to talk draft.
Yeah. No, I rate their draft.
I really like their draft too. Charles Cross, tackle out of Mississippi State.
I like that pickup.
Kenneth Walker, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
It pains me to say, but I love that pickup. I thought Kenneth Walker should have been first round pick. I mean that dude's insane.
Shout out Michigan State.
I'm not shouting him out, but they.
Oh wait, hold on. Speaking of Michigan State, that was y'all's only loss, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Imagine beating Ohio State and then losing to Michigan State.
Boy, it was because of Kenneth Walker because he ran for like 500 yards and 5 touchdowns against us. That was insane.
Where was Aiden Hutchinson? The world may never know.
I don't know. Eating the dirt off of Kenneth Walker's cleats. Supposedly, oh my gosh, that was brutal. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna say that some calls should have went differently in that game. There was a strip sack in the end zone. There's a strip sack in the end zone that should have been a fumble. We all know it. But
typical fan.
You know, it's okay. I would say it was still a pretty good year. But Kenneth Walker, great pickup. Love Kenneth Walker. Kobe Bryant, corner Cincy.
Yeah, and he's wearing number 8. That's tough.
That is tough.
Him
and Sauce Gardner were like locks.
Yeah,
because like they were saying pre-draft, they were like teams knew just don't throw it to Sauce Gardner's way. So Kobe Bryant had like a bunch of work. Bro. He was getting targeted a bunch of times because they wouldn't throw to Sauce Gardner. And
you're a big name guy, bro. Just think of that secondary: Sauce Gardner and Kobe Bryant.
I know that's insane. Goodness. Desmond Ritter's a good name guy.
Alec Pierce, not a bad name. Jeremy Ford.
Jerome Ford. That makes it even better, though. That's a good name. I mean, that's just a good name. I don't want to mess up his first name. Fickle, their coach.
Oh, I don't know. Coach Fickle.
That's a good name, coach. I don't know anybody else really on that team, but that's a good name team.
Yeah, Bama doesn't have any good names.
Bryce Young, that sounds like
bland.
That sounds like a 22-year-old white guy real estate agent name with a comb over. So Bryce Young, not a good name. We gotta get James on here. Will Anderson. That's a boring name too.
That is a boring name.
Even though he's probably gonna go off this year and be one of the best players in college football. Will Anderson, boring name.
I mean, we're not gonna talk about we're not gonna bring up the receivers. You know, Jameson Williams, John Michie, Those are some tough names. I'm not gonna lie.
Ah, yeah. But they're not even on there anymore. So this current Bama roster, I mean,
Stinky.
they got what's his name? That transfer from Georgia, wide receiver, but it's like Burton or something.
Doesn't even matter.
I don't know. It's not a
Bama's
good
tragic. Not even worried.
Yeah.
War Eagle, baby.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. What about Auburn?
Bro.
Bo Nix was a great name, guy. I like Bo Nix.
He's at Oregon now.
I know.
I don't think I'm ever gonna bet on Oregon again though. After what they did to me last year, but
what about Finley? TJ Finley. That's a good name. That's a cool name. And he's rocking number 1.
Yeah.
The second coming of Cam Newton.
I hope so. Golly.
I know.
Maybe I'll actually be interested.
He looks like Cam Newton.
Bro.
I mean, he's like same body type, same body like build. I mean,
bro, don't get me started. I haven't been excited about Auburn in years.
Really? Is this the year?
No.
No?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I was just trying to get a reaction. But
bro, we play in the SEC, bro.
Who's like names? Shout some names. I don't know Auburn like that. Running back, receiver.
Bro, I don't know.
No? Okay. Stinky Auburn.
Just couldn't tell you.
All right, we got off track. Let's see.
Their basketball team though.
Jabari Smith was a good name, even though Smith as a last name is generic.
Jabari's tough.
Jabari Smith.
He got
good name.
He got picked 3rd, 2nd.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you where he went because I don't really follow
he went
basketball
top 3
like that. But
I
do know that.
He went second. He went second. No.
Well, I know
he went 2nd or 3rd. It was Paolo, him, and Chet. I don't know which order it was though.
I think Chet won 2.
Then he went 3rd. He went 2nd.
Chet had to have won 2.
I don't remember who had the 2nd pick.
Chet's a bust, by the way. If you follow our TikTok, Chet's a bust.
Back to football.
Yeah. Well, okay. One last thing. Jaden Ivey is a great.
That
is
is
a great name, guy. I
name.
love the name Jaden Ivey for some reason. That just is eye catching. Okay. Anyway,
speaking of Chet plays for Oklahoma. Oklahoma came from Seattle, the Seattle Seahawks. Look at that segue.
Seattle Supersonics.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then in Seattle is the Seattle Seahawks.
There you go.
Come on.
Okay.
Back on track.
New ads. Drew Lock. New ad. And now he's on the bench. Noah Fant.
I like Noah Fant. I actually really do.
Noah Fant I love Noah Fant. I loved him in Denver. I was so sad to see him go. I love the Russ pickup, but I was sad to see Noah Fant go.
Is he a top 10 tight end?
He's got to be. I mean, there's like who else? Who are the other tight ends? Like I probably couldn't even name 10 tight ends.
So you have.
I mean, obviously, okay.
So you have Travis Kelce. You have George Kittle. You have Darren Waller. You have Mark Andrews. You have Dallas Goedert.
Okay. You have Dalton Schultz. Are you throwing Zach Ertz?
I feel like Zach Ertz and no offense, similar.
Zach Ertz could be like 10.
Pat Freiermuth.
Give it time. Give it some time.
Njoku.
Hell no.
CJ Uzama.
Hell no.
Hunter Henry.
Yeah.
Jonnu Smith.
Yeah. Jonnu Smith's like a 10 guy.
Dawson Knox.
Oh, yeah. What are we at? Here? Because I'd probably put Dawson. No, I can't do that. I'd probably put Hunter Henry over him. I'd probably put Dalton Schultz over him. Dallas Goedert over him. But then Noah Fant's got to be sitting at like 8 or 9.
TJ Hawkinson.
Fuck.
I think. Look, I'm not.
TJ Hawkinson's my 5th tight end. Because you have your Kelsey, Kittle, Waller, Andrews, and then I have TJ Hawkinson at 5.
I'd say Dallas Goedert's above Noah Fant. So there's 6 right there. If we're saying Dalton Schultz, which
you could go either way. Athletically, hell no. So Noah Fant is like athletically gifted.
So there's possibly 7.
I put Hunter Henry over him, so that's 7.
And then we said so Dalton Schultz maybe is 8. Zach Ertz maybe is 9. And then you have Dawson Knox.
Yeah, but I can't confidently put any of those guys over him. So I'm going to put Noah Fant towards the 8 to 10 range. So yes, Noah Fant, top 10 tight end.
Interesting. Logan Thomas?
No.
Okay. I just throwing that out there to see.
I know.
Bro, speaking of, remember we posted that TikTok about the safeties? Everyone was coming at me saying I should never speak. Like, I'm not sitting here saying, like, bro, I said, who did I say? I said Justin Reed. Do I really think Justin Reed is better than Derwin James? Hell no. I'm just saying a name for argumentative standpoint.
Good. Yes, good. That was good.
Good disclaimer.
Had to put that out there. Yeah. Everyone's like, McCoy jersey should never be allowed to talk again.
Like, yo, I could take it, but it's like, yo, y'all got to see my side. Like, do I really think Antoine Winfield is better than Derwin James? No. Do I like Antoine Winfield? Yes, but I don't think he's better than Derwin.
Yeah, no.
It's just to get you thinking. Because there's more than 4 safeties in the league.
Yeah. And I guess if we're on that type of topic, I said Derwin James 1, Justin Simmons 2, Minka 3. If I had
you said Tyrann
Matthew 3, I know. Because if I would have redone that and like actually thought my process through, I probably would have put Minka 3. Justin Simmons stays at number 2, though, if you were wondering.
That's fine.
But anyway, back to Seattle. They lost a lot. They lost a good bit.
They were already bad last year, and they lost a lot.
Yeah, so
1-16 inbound.
But Russell Wilson's a loss where it's like, okay, obviously it's a huge loss, but he was hurt all last year, and they went 7-10. So like, that's not the end of the world loss. Obviously, long term, it's the end of the world loss. But looking from last year to this year, it's not the end of the world loss.
Yeah, I can understand
that. Bobby Wagner, he's getting old, so I don't know.
I mean, it's still Bobby Wagner.
It's still Bobby Wagner, yes. They lost DJ Reed. He's safety. Lost him to the Jets. Chris Carson retired. That sucks. But they got Kenneth Walker, and Penny emerged last year, so that's not
Penny
the end of the
had a great
world.
year.
It's not the end of the world as well. But
what do you think their ceiling is?
Probably like 6 to 8 wins. Roughly.
8 wins.
Probably like the 5. Yeah. They're anywhere from like the, yeah.
I want to say their max is like 7.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So like 6 to 8.
And then floor is number 1 pick.
I don't know if they're that bad.
Whoa. What? You don't think they're that bad?
No, the Bears are worse than them.
Okay, let me just.
The Bears should be like a number 1 pick.
Hold on. I'm just gonna name you a couple teams here. You tell me who's worse, the Seahawks or the Jets?
Who's worse?
Who's worse?
See, because I love the Jets.
It's not a question. It's not a debate. The Seahawks are worse than the Jets.
I love the Jets.
No, the Seahawks are worse than the Jets.
I don't know.
The Seahawks are worse than the Jets.
That's a tough one. Okay.
The Seahawks or the Falcons?
Falcons.
You think they're worse? I don't know.
I mean, they have Pitts.
I feel
like
an
injured Drake London.
I feel like that one is you could go either way.
Okay, Drake London or DK Metcalf.
Drake London.
Zacchaeus or Tyler Lockett.
Zacchaeus. Noah Fan or Kyle Pitts. We were naming tight ends. Didn't even name Kyle Pitts.
Oh yeah.
Noah Fan or Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts.
Yes,
thank
you.
Kyle Pitts. Okay. So
hold on. Geno Smith or Marcus Mariota.
See, I like Mariota a lot, so I'll probably take Mariota.
Desmond Ridder or Drew Lock.
I like Desmond Ridder too, but Desmond Ridder is unproven. He had like 4 preseason games against like the 2nd and 3rd string,
undefeated at home in Cincinnati.
No, like I said, I love Desmond Ridder. I do, but he's unproven, so I have to go Drew Lock. But by like a hair.
The Panthers, Seahawks or the Panthers?
Seahawks. Seahawks worse than that.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I have to throw them in here just because they're bottom of the division. Seahawks or Steelers?
Seahawks. Steelers defense is too good to compare with a team like that, but
the Commanders or the Seahawks? You're taking way too long for that. Thank you.
Oh, because I actually kind of zoned out. I zoned out for like a second.
Too long for that one.
I'm looking at our
Giants or Seahawks.
Giants are worse. Yes. Unless Dayball came in and just like magically fixed Daniel Jones. I don't know.
I don't
if Saquon Barkley can be healthy for more than like 2 weeks, and Daniel Jones can throw the ball to his own teammates.
They drafted Devin Neal too. Kayvon Thibodeau's
hurt.
I don't mind the Giants. I don't mind the Giants.
I don't mind the Giants. I don't like the Giants either, though.
Seahawks or Jags? Seahawks.
Yeah, because I like the Jags. I like these young
Seahawks or
teams. Texans are worse. Texans are worse. Than
Davis
Seahawks.
Mills or Geno Smith?
Davis Mills.
Thank you.
But it doesn't matter.
Damian Pierce or Kenneth Walker? No.
Kenneth Walker.
No way you just said that.
Kenneth Walker is better than Damian Pierce. Yes, he should have. Well, he did get
Clip that, and hold that for the end of the year when Damian Pierce goes off, Rookie of the Year, destroys everybody in fantasy because he's on my fantasy
because
team.
he's on your fantasy team. That's the only reason why.
They signed Marlon Mack, drafted him, and then cut Marlon Mack because Damian Pierce is better.
It's just because Marlon Mack got hurt. He's injured.
I don't see
No,
Kenneth Walker beating out Rashad Penny. Damian Pierce probably would have beat him out. That's all I'm gonna say.
That was an easy backfield to get the number one job, though.
You're not wrong. Lions or Seahawks? Seattle. Thank you.
Lions should be worse, but it's Seattle because I love what Dan Campbell's doing. Like I said, well, I guess we haven't talked about that, but yeah.
And then the Bears.
The Bears are worse. The Bears should automatically have the number one pick this year, bro. They're gonna be so bad.
You're telling me Justin Fields doesn't throw like a little shimmy shake in there for a couple extra touchdowns?
No. I don't like Justin Fields. Okay.
Darnell Mooney?
Justin Fields. I like Darnell Mooney.
You see,
good name guy.
Speaking of
Darnell Mooney, great name guy.
Speaking of Darnell Mooney, he got traded in our fantasy league. Did you see that?
I did not. I saw
it was Zane and shout out Zane.
And Joe. Was it Joe? Because Joe was texting me talking about a trade.
Who is
I don't think
I think that's DK. I think that's DK.
Yeah, Mr. Barbecue. Yeah, that's DK.
So, whoa, I don't like that for Zane. Zane traded Allen Lazard for Darnell Mooney straight up.
He gave up Darnell Mooney?
That's what I'm seeing here.
That's insane.
Zane trades Allen Lazard. DK trades Darnell Mooney.
Damn, dude. We haven't even started the week one yet. Zane already wants to get handcuffed.
Never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
Joe was talking about.
I'm not gonna say that.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
I can't say that.
I don't know. I don't even know what you're about to say. So let's just start moving on. Joe texted me and was like, "Yeah, here's my trade offer." Zane almost accepted it. It was like, let me bring this exact thing up. It was
while you're bringing that up.
It was like Matt Stafford for Dalvin Cook or something like that.
Oh my days.
But anyway,
while you're bringing that up, Darnell Mooney for Allen Lazard straight up. If I had to grade that out of 10, I think that's on the side of I'm receiving Allen Lazard, that's a finesse. On the side of I'm giving up Allen Lazard for Darnell Mooney, I should just say I quit fantasy. I'm done forever. Give me the punishment.
Oh, shoot.
Like you're pretty much trading Aaron Rodgers for Justin Fields. That's pretty much what you're doing there.
Yeah, it's insane.
I mean, maybe if it was like a dynasty league and I had Aaron Rodgers for 2 more years compared to Justin Fields for 10 more years, I mean, maybe then I'd do it. But I mean, still.
Okay. I give Zane, this is exact quotes from Joe Garrett himself. I give Zane Stafford for Cook and Lazard.
And he almost
Dalvin Cook and Allen Lazard.
And he almost accepted that. Whoa,
Zane, we got to do better here.
Is that Dalvin Cook or is that Dalvin Cook or James Cook?
Yes, that's Dalvin Cook.
No, because
I have James Cook. That's Dalvin Cook and Allen Lazard for Matthew Stafford.
Hey, I don't know what's
there. I don't
know what's up in Zane's head, but it's not a brain.
It's just air when it comes to fantasy football. I literally had to ask him. I said, Dalvin Cook? And he said yes.
No, bro, I'm about to trade for Zane's whole team right now. What are you talking about? If we're trading Matt Stafford for Dalvin Cook and Allen Lazard.
Zane, please debunk this. Please debunk this.
No way that's true.
All right, we got so off topic. We're already at like 35 minutes. We haven't even got.
We apologize. Although I've been well entertained.
Me too.
I've been talking, so.
This is great.
I'm not the one listening, so hey. If you're not entertained, I do apologize. But stay. Enjoy the show.
Yeah.
We got new mics, so hopefully
we did get new mics. Yes.
We probably should have said that at the beginning of the video.
How do we just totally forget that?
Hopefully, we're what? When you're seeing this, we'll be, what's that, 6 episodes in? This will be episode 7? Yeah, because there's
yes.
8 divisions total. So this is episode 7. So hopefully, 7th episode in, hopefully we're flowing better. We not a lot of stuttering and ums and all that, and hopefully we sound a lot better quality wise.
Yeah,
hopefully we sound nice and sexy.
We dropped some money on these sets, so
we did.
Hopefully this pays off. So
hopefully we sound nice and sexy. Ladies, holler at me. Not him though.
Him. Yeah.
Me. Just me.
Go.
Just me. Just Gbaby. Not Nick.
Gbaby himself. There you go.
Anyways, on to the next team.
Anyways, we got severely off track. That was bad. Okay.
We talked for 35 minutes. So if these next 2 teams are quick, we do apologize. We just, we're not trying to take up 4 hours of your time here.
Yeah, right. That would be bad.
See, we're thinking of you guys. Always think of the fans. Always. Anyways,
we're a fan first podcast.
Yeah.
That's why we got the new mics. Right?
Exactly.
That's why we got the new mics. We're trying to be entertainers here.
Exactly.
There you go. All right.
On to the next one.
Yes. I got so off track. I forget who we were doing next.
I believe it was the 49ers.
Was it the 49ers? Okay. Yes.
I think if I'm not mistaken, you want to do Seahawks, 49ers, Cardinals, and Rams.
Oh, spoiler.
The Rams are last. So if you want to hear what we have to say about the reigning Super Bowl champs, stay the whole way to the end. Don't skip, you melons. I know you're going to skip to the end. Bunch of frauds. Golly.
It's okay.
Support a brother L. Come on. Stop hating.
Yeah. Just put us on while you sleep, honestly.
Exactly.
Just turn the volume all the way down.
Plug your phone in,
under your
turn
pillow.
the volume down. Boom. You're good to go.
Just get some views in.
Exactly.
I mean, you don't got to listen. If you don't want to listen to us, I mean, I'm not going to take offense, but if you don't listen to us and just turn the volume down.
Not everyone's a football fan.
It's okay.
I understand that. But friends out there, I know Chris Zary, I'm calling you out. Last I heard, you ain't listened to a single episode.
See, but it doesn't even matter because he's not even going to see this.
I don't care. I'll clip this straight out of the podcast and send it right to him. You melon. Listen to the podcast. I don't care if you... Never mind. I don't care if you're busy. Throw it on. You don't got to listen to it. Just throw it on.
Sleep to it.
We can have nice, soothing voices. Just throw it on. Listen to us. Exactly. That'll put you right to sleep. That's probably not a good thing, though.
Yeah. If you want to go to sleep, you should probably listen to our first 3 episodes.
Yeah, honestly. The AFC South episode, listen to that one. You'll fall right asleep.
That'll put you right to sleep.
Right to sleep.
That was brutal. Okay.
That was bad.
Okay, Niners.
Back on track.
Big Niners. Okay, here we go. Last year went 10-7. This year I'm putting them back at 10-7.
I have them at 12-5. Which is insane. Crazy because Trey Lance is going to start.
That's insane. If Jimmy G was on the 49ers, I'd still say that's insane.
Let's talk about Jimmy G's contract because last time we were talking about contracts, we almost forgot Derwin James's contract.
Yes.
We went the whole episode and talked about Derwin James for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, let's hit that right off the bat. Okay, here we go.
Jimmy G's contract. What do you got there? Talk to me.
1 year, $6.5 million guaranteed. I think I saw there's a thing where he can earn up to $16 million.
It was a restructure, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't an extension. It was a restructure.
Yeah. So this makes him the highest paid backup in the league.
Interesting.
Well, how do you feel about it? I don't know. I know what I feel about it. I want to hear what you had to say.
I feel like I like it just because I feel like he's the best backup in the league.
I'm trying to disagree with you right now. Steelers.
Huh?
that was really stupid. But
that was what
I said. That was really stupid take because I think they have the best quarterback room. They have 3 solid quarterbacks. Steelers.
What?
They have 3 solid quarterbacks.
You just said that the Steelers have the best quarterback room.
Quarterback room as a whole.
Brother.
Would you rather take Matthew Stafford and John Wolford? Or would you rather take Pickett, Trubisky, and Rudolph?
Brother. Would you rather take Case Keenum or Josh Allen or Mason Rudolph?
Case Keenum is just a meme guy.
Bro, he took the Vikings to the NFC Championship.
Stephon Diggs took them to the NFC Championship.
And
Marcus Williams took them to the
NFC
Championship. Okay.
Case Keenum had to throw that ball, though.
All right. I don't care. We can't get off track again.
Yeah,
this was going to be another 20-minute bit, and I was not ready for it. All right. So I think this somewhat makes sense because their main focus, the Niners, was we know Seattle needs a quarterback. They're in division. We don't want to give them a quarterback. So that takes that away.
Yeah.
If something happens to Trey Lance, he gets hurt, maybe he chokes, maybe he's not playing well, throw him in. He already knows the offense. Easiest plug and play ever. They still can trade him.
He just has to agree to the trade.
Yeah, he has no trade clause, so he has to okay the trade to where he goes.
And looking at it, there's not very many teams that would trade for Jimmy G and Jimmy G would accept.
Probably not, unless you're looking at like a good team that their quarterback, like let's say Dak gets hurt again. This is a stretch. This is a very big stretch.
I could be happy you said that.
I know. I cannot see him going to Dallas. I don't know why I just said that. But if Dak gets hurt again, they may say they trade for him or something.
If Tua stinks to bed, Tua stinks to bed, or like Jameis gets hurt. Like there's a something like win now team, a quote unquote win now team that their quarterback gets hurt. It's the last year of his deal. The worst that's going to happen is he sucks for the last half of the year and you don't re-sign him.
Right. So, yeah, I think it makes sense. At first, I was like, I read the alert and I was like, this makes no sense. I was like, why would they do this? Like, there's no good for either side in this. And then I started looking into it, started piecing stuff together, and I was like, yeah, okay, that makes a little bit of sense. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I guess that makes sense. That NFL GMs probably know more than me, so
I don't know.
Maybe I do know ball, so
I'm not claiming that because you know how many people are gonna be like, "Oh, bro, this guy don't know ball. This guy's so stupid."
You don't know ball. You're getting flamed in the comments. I know ball supposedly. I haven't heard anything bad about me yet. Gavin's like, all right, let me make an edit of you sounding stupid.
I was about to say, I'm just gonna take like the worst takes where you're like joking and put them all together.
I know. Gavin doesn't know the power he holds. He could just ruin my whole reputation doing this if he really wants to. But all right, so yeah, 10-7. I don't know if you want to go through a whole schedule.
10-7. I mean, so in division, I've been going 4-2, splitting with the Cardinals and the Rams.
I have them. Where's this at?
Look at this guy. This guy's the host. Doesn't even have his notes ready. Are you joking?
I have them splitting with the Cardinals.
Uh-huh.
I have them winning both against Seattle.
Yeah.
And then I have them splitting with the Rams.
Okay. And I can
I guess the same thing.
And I can understand them being, what do you have them at 10-7?
Yeah.
I can see that because they played the AFC West and the NFC South. Like they have to
that's not that easy.
Yeah, they have to play the Raiders, the Bucks, the Saints. They have to play the Chargers, the Chiefs. They play the Panthers, the Broncos. Sorry, I'm not putting that as a because the Broncos are like that. And then, but like they then they play the Dolphins. So they have a rough schedule. I'm not gonna lie.
They have a hard schedule, but they're a good team. I think that schedule, like they can still do something with that schedule. I haven't making the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't know. They don't win the division, but I have them in the playoffs.
I have them here at the 7th seed.
Yeah, I'm probably around there somewhere too.
I have them as the last wild card team, but they're tied with another team. I'm not going to say which team because that's the NFC North. So,
ooh, okay.
That might be a little hot take for some people. So we'll keep that. I'll throw a little sprinkle on there for next episode, so you got to tune in.
Yeah, because my reputation could be burnt if you edit the NFC North one to who I have one in the division. So, anyway, key ads. I have Travarius Ward from Kansas City. I think he's coming over from.
Yes, that is the one.
But other than that, nothing really. I mean, they didn't add anyone really. I had to write down Willie Snead as a key ad, but I think he just got cut today. So, yeah, they lost a tackle to the Jets. They lost DJ Jones, D-tackle to the Broncos. Arden Key went to the Jags, where he looked pretty good in the. I feel like he's old, but he did pretty good in the preseason game, the Hall of Fame game I watched. They lost Raheem Mostert to the Dolphins. Yeah, so
he was hurt like the last 2 years.
Yeah,
he had a good year. He had a good year their Super Bowl year, the year they went to the Super Bowl.
Right.
And then he got hurt like the second week of the next year, and then was never really the same.
Yeah. Elijah Mitchell season.
Who's their backup behind Elijah Mitchell?
Oh, Jermichael Hasty just got cut today.
Yes, I did see that.
So it's Trey Sermon.
Yes.
Ooh, Trey Sermon.
And Jeff Wilson.
Ooh, Jeff Wilson. Okay. So they have a bunch of mediocre running backs trying to make them good.
Although I feel like that's the one thing about the 49ers offense is they're so versatile. Like, I mean, you see it with
their offense is very versatile.
Yeah, you see it with Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel. They can get the ball in the backfield. And then they have Ray McLeod, which that makes me laugh because shout out our fantasy again.
Joe again. Oh my gosh.
Has Ray
starting Ray McLeod in his flex with projected points of 0.5.
And then it's like you have George Kittle and you have a good offensive line. And you have Trey Lance who's mobile. So you know they're going to run the ball on you. And then Deebo Samuel was insane, so he's going to get open regardless.
Watch out for Danny Gray. He's killing in the preseason. I think he's a rookie. I should have drafted him. I'm going to draft him in one of my leagues. He's tearing it up.
I was about to say that's the only thing
this for when he goes off this year.
Do you want to say that one more time, clear, so I'm not interrupting you?
Danny Gray is going to go off this year. Gbaby's going to clip this for when it happens.
It'll probably be on TikTok. So hey, shout out our TikTok.
Yeah, shout it out.
I think it's,
I don't know what it is, but shout it out. Hold on,
it's coming. It's coming. Don't you worry.
It's coming.
I believe it is just at the Casuals.
At the Casuals.
At the Casuals Pod.
At the Casuals Pod.
So for anyone that's interested in TikTok, go give that a follow.
Yeah,
I put blood, sweat, and tears into some of those edits. So
yeah, right. Gavin's coming up with some good edits, and they're not getting any love. I hate to say that, but they're not getting any love. I don't know why.
That's what it is.
Hey, it's okay. We're starting from the bottom.
The game's the game. So.
Yep. I don't know, but I agree. They lost. Well, okay. So
back to the 49ers.
Yeah. So their offensive coordinator went to Miami. Which
Mike
means
McDaniels.
they have to have a new offensive coordinator this year. So, like, I don't know if that changes anything. They're probably running the same offense.
Was Kyle Shanahan calling plays?
He probably was.
I feel like Kyle Shanahan was calling plays.
Kyle Shanahan's got a big brain. He's probably been calling the plays for a while.
The only thing I would say about the 49ers is I feel like they could use another wide receiver. Like, just like a go up and get him wide receiver. Because so you have Brandon Ayuk, Deebo, Danny Gray, and then you have Juwan Jennings and Ray McLeod.
Yeah.
Those are it looks like what I'm seeing here, those are their only wide receivers. I guess you could consider Jeff Wilson could probably line up out there. Elijah Mitchell, you could probably line up out there. But I mean, other than that, I feel like they have to go get a wide receiver.
Yeah. Now, I forgot I wrote this down, but I have a question for you.
What's up?
So, obviously they're holding on to Jimmy G.
Yes.
For one reason or another. Do you think that means that they know? So, okay, before I even get into the question, some disclaimers. So, there was talks that, like, Trey Lance isn't starting right away, but you can tell Jimmy G isn't the guy that's going to lead this team. Like, what are they waiting on? Like, does Trey Lance secretly suck and the Niners know it? And that's why they're keeping Jimmy G there. So, my question, I guess, would be, like, why are they holding Jimmy G there? Does that mean Trey Lance secretly sucks? And the Niners know that, but don't want to admit that they messed up drafting a guy that played like 2 games in college football and said he was going to be like the next best thing since sliced bread.
I don't want to say he's bad. I think you drafted him with Jimmy G knowing that he's a project.
Yeah.
So you figure he's going to sit the first year regardless.
So he's mid. So you're saying he's mid.
I'm not. That's what I'm saying. Because you know who else sat the first year? Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes sat the first year behind Alex Smith. Could be the same situation.
Maybe. I guess we'll find out. But because I saw this thing a while ago, so this is faint memory for me, but it just came to my head. They sat NFL players down and they asked them like, how quick can you tell that a player's got it or not?
Yeah.
And do you remember the video?
No, I don't think I.
Oh, I wanted you to back me up because I think they said like after like the first like practice or two, like you already know that they have it or not.
Yeah.
So it's like you got to know what you have in Trey Lance already.
Yeah.
and to keep Jimmy G, I wonder if that means that they have some doubts. I mean, they've been doing it for long enough. They have to know what they have in Trey Lance. It's been a full year plus 2 full off seasons.
Yeah.
You have to know what you have with Trey Lance. So my thought process is maybe he is good, and he's probably better than Jimmy G good, but maybe he's not that like all-star caliber player that everyone's saying he could be, and that's why they're holding on to Jimmy G just in case he is what they think he is. I don't know.
I don't want to say that they
Food
think
for thought.
that like they kept him because he's bad or like they don't expect him to play good. I feel like it's more insurance than anything.
I know. They definitely kept him for like trade leverage and for like just in case of injury or something, but it's just a funny little because
like what's the point of trading him now to a team that might need him, you know what I mean? Where it's like, so say Jameis gets hurt again or he stinks or like Tua stinks, whatever, and they like that team needs a quarterback. It's like, all right, you have to give up because you need a quarterback.
Right. Yeah. So what do you have for ceiling for them?
Wild card. I don't want to say they can win the division because I don't think they're better than the Rams.
No, I'm not gonna say that either.
So I'm just gonna go wild card.
I'm saying
like the top wild card spot though.
Yeah, I'm saying they're a playoff team, and it's like noticeable that Trey Lance elevates the offense to like that. Just gives them that extra step that they've been looking for.
Yeah,
like you can tell. You've been telling for these past couple of years that like. That offense is just there. They don't have that. They just don't have that firepower with Jimmy G.
Yeah.
So, like, if Trey Lance comes in, adds that to the offense, then I said they could finish first in division, but that's like the absolute ceiling. That's like everything goes right for the Niners, everything goes wrong for the Rams type of thing. So
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Floor. I think.
Yeah.
Floor is 8-9, 9-8, missed the playoffs.
Yeah, I have them missing the playoffs. Trey Lance, first full year as a starter, has some growing pains. Maybe they throw Jimmy G in there or something in the mix.
I think that team defensively and with the weapons and offensive line, I don't see them lower than. It's almost hard. It's almost crazy to say that they'd be lower than 500.
Yeah, that's exactly why I said I'm still confident in them making the playoffs to some degree. Even if it's a 7 seed, I mean, yes, the quarterback position is a big part of what a team does, but I mean, that's a roster built to win.
Yeah, they have a great roster.
So you can kind of do what you want with the quarterback position. But,
yeah, exactly.
Oh man! All right, let's move on quickly.
On to the
Cardinals.
You were saying move on quickly. This one might take a minute, bro.
This is gonna be a 2-hour podcast.
Bro,
I apologize.
There's a lot to talk about with the Cardinals, though.
I think we might get saved because the Rams are all old and they have no draft picks. So it's like
I was about to say the Rams didn't do anything crazy.
It's like they either like win the Super Bowl again or it's bust because they're built to win like the Super Bowl right this second.
Well, don't spoil the
anyway.
rest of the episode, mate.
Last year, Cardinals went 11-6. This year I got them going 10-7. I am not sold on the Cardinals this year.
10-7.
No, I am not.
I can agree. I'm not sold on that. I'm at 9-8.
I get it. Yeah, I don't even think that's crazy because I can't trust Cliff Kingsbury. I can't fully trust Kyler Murray. Mm-hmm. I can't even trust Hollywood Brown. That could be because Lamar's been throwing the ball his whole career.
I mean, you saw
and he did go off.
You saw what they did in Oklahoma.
Exactly.
I mean, yes, it is college. The
and
NFL
it's against Big 12 defenses.
But yeah, still, to put up those numbers is still crazy.
They lose Chase Edmonds, Chandler Jones, Christian Kirk, and now D-Hop is out for the first 6 games. I haven't making the playoffs. After I talked all that shit, I haven't making the playoffs. They're the 3rd team in the division for me. I think they're number 7 seed. They're making the playoffs, but it's only because NFC, like no one really like really grabs my attention. There's the Rams, there's the Bucks.
Other than that, I feel like
there's like no
everything else is like the toss up.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my little spiel.
The bad thing about D-Hop is the first 6 weeks are tough. Like they play the Chiefs, they play the Raiders, they play the Rams, then they play the Panthers. It's my team, but I mean, should be an easy game.
Right.
They play the Eagles, Seahawks. They should win that.
Yeah.
And then week 7, first game back, you're coming up against the Saints, who have a good defense. So.
Right. But then even that, it's when I think they just have a hard schedule.
And then, I was about to say, going into the bye, you have the Vikings, and the Vikings are coming off their bye that week. You have the Seahawks, you should win. But then you have the Rams, the Niners, and the Chargers.
Right.
Before the bye.
After the bye, I mean, Patriots, Broncos, Bucks, Falcons, yes. Niners to end the year. Like, that's...
I feel
rough.
like them being 9-8 and missing the playoffs isn't crazy.
That's not crazy.
I mean, that's why I said it, obviously.
I would not be... I think... I'll just come out and say it. If they don't make the playoffs or, like, first-round exit or something along those lines, a disappointing season, Cliff Kingsbury that seat's got to be scorching hot.
Yeah. But, I mean, like, do you have any, like, sort of, like, leeway with that, though? Because they have a tough schedule. D-Hop's out the first 6 games. They're in a tough division.
Yeah, but he hasn't won in the past, and it's not like they have a bad roster. Like, it's not like they have, like, a roster, like a rebuilding roster. Like, they're all but there. I mean,
that's
Kyler
what I was
Murray.
going to say. It was, like, even with how crazy their schedule is, and with D-Hop being out the first 6 games, I don't see this team with how good the roster is. I don't see them being under 500. Like, there's no way they're an 8-win team.
Yeah, like I said, they have a good roster. I mean, their offense is pretty good. I mean, if you think about it, you got Kyler, D-Hop, Hollywood Brown, Rondale Moore, Zach Ertz, and James Conner. And then I don't know much about the defense, but like that offense alone is like that's not a I wouldn't call that a rebuilding roster.
Like you have on the defensive side, you have JJ Watt, Isaiah Simmons, Buda Baker,
okay,
Marco Wilson, Byron Murphy Jr. You have Zaven Collins.
So it's not horrible. Like no means am I calling that a rebuilding roster. Like
no.
With a good coach, you should be winning games no matter how hard you're.
Exactly.
Because like yes, you have a hard schedule and those are very good teams, but on paper you should have a very good team as well.
Yeah.
So you should be like, I think if you have a good roster and you're still losing games and missing the playoffs, then you could look at coaching. Because there's no way a good roster should go up against another good roster and just like fold.
Yeah. Exactly.
I guess we can talk about Kyler Murray because Kyler Murray got paid, but I think that was a lot of money.
What was it, $230 million?
Yeah.
I don't remember how many.
I don't know either.
But it's $230 million, and in his contract they had 4 hours of independent study time.
Yeah,
and they took that out.
Complaining about it.
Yeah, they took it out.
But that's one of those things like everyone's saying. It makes sense because like if you're the Cardinals, why put that in there? Like if he's watching film, why bother to put that in there?
Exactly.
They track the log times for film and everything on their own stuff. So like they know how much film he's watching. Mm-hmm. So if it wasn't an issue, they wouldn't have put that in. They had to have put that in because it's an issue.
Yeah.
And it was probably talked about with him before, and he probably wasn't compliant with that.
Yeah.
Which means they had to stamp it, put it in ink, and put it in his contract for him to actually like do it, which is very alarming. But
yeah.
But then again,
and you've been seeing he's been having disagreements with Cliff Kingsbury too. Like Cliff Kingsbury was like, look, in preseason, you're gonna call the plays because you think it's so easy. And it's not that easy. And then I saw a graphic. Apparently, Kyler Murray had more offensive yards and touchdowns than Cliff Kingsbury. In the
maybe
preseason.
he should be a coach. Maybe he should be a coach.
Why not?
Who knows? But Kyler Murray did come out and talk about it, and the stuff he did does make sense because, like, you get highly recruited out of high school. You go to he went to Texas A&M, but then went to Oklahoma, and that's where he thrived. So in Oklahoma, you win the Heisman for football. And then you get drafted in the first round of the MLB draft.
Yeah.
And he said, like, for me to do all these things, like, you can't do that without watching film.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is definitely true because I feel like that'd be damn near impossible to win Heisman, be a top 10 pick in the MLB draft.
Yeah.
And then in the same year, and then, like, to not watch any film, like, that'd be.
Yeah.
So I get both sides, so.
And I can also understand the Cardinals' standpoint because, you've seen, like, the second half of the year, they fall off.
Yeah.
First half, Kyler's always MVP candidate, and then second half, they just fall off.
Call of Duty.
Somebody created a chart that said whenever the new Call of Duty comes out, Kyler's production is it's like almost halved.
Yeah.
It's like it's bad.
Like it's
so
straight
bad.
like down.
It's so bad.
It's bad. But well, I have like a question. I guess Kyler Murray hot seat if they underperform again this year.
Nah.
Even though you just paid him all this money.
Nah.
There's got to be questions asked. There's got to be like
yeah. I mean, there's got to be questions asked, but I mean, there's no way you can just pay him all that money if you weren't sure about him.
It is true. That is true.
Because even if it's like, look, I want an extension. I'm not going to play without an extension. Trade him. Literally trade him.
Yeah, right.
Like, there's teams that would take Kyler, and
Definitely.
you might be looking at a stinky quarterback in return, or like in the Seattle's case, you might get Drew Lock, who might be good, might not be, but you don't know, like.
Right. And then you could get draft picks. You could be able to get draft picks to draft a CJ Stroud, to draft a Bryce Young.
Exactly.
But yeah, I can get behind that. But for my ceiling for them, I said Kyler Murray maintains focus throughout the year. Somehow he does it. Maybe this lights a fire under him, getting exposed for all that stuff. But I still don't think they're better than the Rams. So at their absolute ceiling, I have them coming in second in the division, and they're a playoff team.
Yeah, second division, top wildcard team.
Yeah.
Do you think Kyler could be a MVP candidate?
Yeah, but like we said this earlier, like you're talking the Josh Allens, the Justin Herberts, the Russell Wilson, like those could be like you could say right now you could say those are like your top 3 candidates at the end of the year, and I don't think anyone would really blink an eye at that. I don't know. I'd say Kyler Murray could be maybe yes, but like Kyler Murray top 5 MVP in top 5 MVP voting, like when you get to like he's in.
I mean, and you still. I mean, I understand they're old, but you can't count out Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady.
No.
Even though they're older, you can't count them out.
Yeah, definitely not. I just think that like a Justin Herbert or a Josh Allen, with their team, they're definitely going to put up better numbers. But for a floor, I have the Cardinals. I don't think their floor is worse than the Seahawks, so I have third in the division. I have them fighting for a playoff spot, like outside looking in playoff spot.
Yeah, 9 and
like,
8. They're not going to be under 500.
Like,
There's
no
like
the
way.
8 or 9 seed, something like that. And I say the Cliff Kingsbury rumors become the buzz of the offseason next year.
Yeah, I think if they don't make the playoffs, Cliff Kingsbury, I want to say he's almost 100%. You gotta
at the very least, you gotta start talking about like what is this guy doing?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, bro, if you just throw out names like DeAndre Hopkins, JJ Watt, Kyler Murray, like just those 2 names alone, you're like, oh yeah, regardless of the team, they should at least be doing well.
They should be winning games. Yes, they should be with that type of team. They should be playoff lock.
Yes,
they should be in the talks to make a deep playoff run. Not Super Bowl playoff run, but you should be able to win a playoff game.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't be
at
missing
least
the playoffs
to the divisional round.
Yeah, you shouldn't be missing the playoffs, and you shouldn't be making the playoffs and getting booted first round with that type of roster. Like you should be winning a playoff game at least.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's enough. That's enough Cardinals talk. We're
pushing our bedtime.
Yeah, for real. I work in the morning.
On to Super Bowl rosters.
Yes, here we go.
The Rams.
LA Rams. Last year 12-5. Obviously Super Bowl champs. I loved it though. I would have loved to see the Bengals win it, but if you start looking at the Rams roster, I loved seeing Jalen Ramsey get a ring. I love seeing Von Miller get a ring. He's in the Hall of Fame now with 2 rings. Stamp it. Who else got a ring that didn't get one? Cooper Kupp obviously got a ring.
Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford. Holy shit. Yes. Matt Stafford. I love seeing Matt Stafford get a ring. That's way past due. He needed a ring.
Odell.
Too long ago. Odell gets a ring. Like a bunch of guys that are just like they need a ring.
Bro, it's so annoying because I think if he doesn't get hurt, I think he wins Super Bowl MVP.
He was going off, yeah.
Bro, he was going crazy.
Off. Like all these guys that you think of and you're like, they haven't won a ring yet. Like they need to win a ring. All those guys happen to be on the Rams and they won a ring. So it's great to see. I love that. I got them going 12-5 this year.
I have them at 14-3.
Whoa, that's high.
For the
That's
Super
high.
Bowl champs?
They're old. Okay, I shouldn't say that because they are old, but I still do like them. I think they're gonna be like NFC championship
There you go.
game. In that game, they're gonna be in that
Got
game.
you.
I can't really tell who's gonna be.
I have their 3 losses. Bills week 1, obviously, because I have the Bills 17-0, so I have to. I have them splitting with the 49ers, so I have them losing on the road.
Yeah.
And then I have them losing to the Packers week 15 because the Packers are coming off a bye in Lambeau.
On Monday Night Football too.
On Monday Night Football.
Yeah, I can see that. I have losses to the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
I have them split with the Niners. I have them split with the Cardinals. Because they play. I have them losing to the Cardinals week 10 because D-Hop will be back.
Yeah.
So
there's 3 right there.
Yeah. I have them losing to the Chargers.
Okay, 4.
Because they're at the Chargers Sunday Night Football. But I guess that's both
it's
LA,
LA,
so it doesn't
same
matter.
Stadium.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I have them losing at Kansas City.
I don't like the Chiefs, so I disagree with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I think that's like I don't want to say trap game, but
You don't have them losing. You have them beating the Bucks
yeah.
and the Broncos.
Yep. Unfortunately.
You haven't beaten Dallas?
Yep.
I was going to say I do too, but I
Yeah.
just threw it out there because everybody likes Dallas. So
Yeah. And the Packers. I haven't beaten the Packers.
I can understand the Packers one. I just threw that in there because the Packers are coming off a bye. It's in Lambeau,
Yeah. I think if they had Devontae Adams,
and
then
it's
yes.
and it's week 15. It's not like it's like week 3 and they're playing in early September or middle of September.
Yeah. Right. I didn't
Like they're
put that in,
playing. They're playing week 15. That's like end of November, mid December, like anywhere between November December range.
Right.
So
Something
I mean,
like that. I'm not sure, but
it's gonna be
I
a
think
a little frigid up there.
I think Devontae Adams on that team would have gave Jalen Ramsey a run for his money in the cold. But now that you don't have that guy, I don't know. I like the Rams.
I can agree with that, but I just sometimes you gotta go with your gut.
Yeah, I feel you. They got Bobby Wagner.
Decent.
Decent. Yeah, decent. Allen Robinson. Yes. Allen Robinson. I love Allen Robinson this year. I'm making it a stamp that I need to get Allen Robinson in every fantasy draft I'm in.
I remember
This
that for
dude's
Friday.
about to go off. This guy's about to go off.
We have a fantasy draft on Friday. If I pick before you,
Please don't. I'll pay you for that pick. No, I won't.
I want to say I'm trying to think like what round is reasonable for Allen Robinson.
I think his ADP is like.
I was thinking
I
like
don't know.
5th or 6th round.
I think that's what it is.
Which makes sense.
That does make sense. But he is about to go off. Oh my gosh, I can't stress that
I don't know.
enough.
We'll see.
Worry about it. I feel like I cut you off. Worry about it.
No. I was gonna say I don't know if I feel like there's better positions you could get in like 5th or 6th round. I feel like
You could argue it.
I feel like running backs. There's so many like running backs,
like fire running backs.
Yeah.
You could trap. Yeah.
and depending on how early like quarterbacks go and stuff.
I just like Allen Robinson because like he's one of those guys where like
Almost
you
like
knew
a
he
Keenan
would-
Allen.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's where you're going with that.
No,
but that's
it wasn't-
Like, I thought you were going like type of player.
No, I wasn't, but you said that and it makes sense. So yeah, but he's one of those guys where like he never had a good quarterback, but you could tell he was like elite. You could tell he was good.
Yeah.
And now he gets the best quarterback by far that he's ever played with.
Yeah.
And he's about to go off. I'm thinking because this is like not a new thing. Like this has happened before with receivers. I'm blanking on who.
I can think of a name that came from Chicago, but it was the opposite. He left and was kind of Alshon Jeffrey.
Oh yeah.
He left Chicago for the Eagles and he had a decent first year, but I mean, other than that, it was kind of stinky.
Yeah, I guess you could say like a Cooper Kupp going from Jared Goff to Matt Stafford.
Yeah. Odell going from Baker to Matt Stafford.
Right. It's the Matt Stafford effect. It has to be. So give me Allen Robinson all day.
I do like A-Rob.
Yeah, I like him a lot. They lost Von Miller to the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Darius Williams, one of their corners, they lost him to the Jags. Sebastian Joseph Day, D tackle to the Chargers. And Sony Michel to the Dolphins, who just got cut. So I guess that wasn't a big loss.
Not a big loss, I guess.
So I guess they knew what they were doing with that. But yeah, they have no draft picks. Their their GM walks around with a shirt that says "fuck them draft picks."
Yeah,
it was at their Super Bowl parade, I think.
Yeah.
So you can kind of give that to them, but that's funny. They have an old team. I mean, look like Stafford's not young.
No.
A-Rob's not young.
No.
Von Miller left.
Von Miller's not
Bobby
there.
Wagner is not old. Or is not young.
Aaron Donald was contemplating retirement already.
Yeah, he's like 30 or so.
Yeah.
I want to say Jalen Ramsey, but he can't be that young.
Nah,
Jalen Ramsey is definitely still elite. Best cornerback in the league.
I want
But
to say he's 27, maybe.
but he can't be that young.
He is 27.
There you go, right on the dot.
He's still got like 3-4
He's
years.
a couple years, yeah.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say he's like young.
No, obviously not.
But you think, and I don't think they can't have cap space with a bunch of people they signed. But it is LA.
doubt it.
LA seems to find secret money. So maybe they do.
I don't think it says here, but I doubt it.
I doubt it. You think Cooper Kupp repeats?
No.
I don't think so either. I just wanted to ask you that. But I mean, with Allen Robinson there, I think he takes away a lot of the touches. Matthew Stafford is dealing with a little bum shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think so. I think he's still going to go off, but not to the degree that he did last year.
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with that.
And I guess we already talked on it. I have here, does Allen Robinson finally break out after bad QB play in his entire career? And I quote myself, so you can clip this one too if you want. I think this is the year he absolutely goes off. So you can take it from here.
I don't know what I'm a little indifferent about A-Rob, I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
I feel like I like A-Rob. He's good. Breakout. I think we'll have a good year. I think we'll have a decent year.
Yeah.
I feel like Breakout's kind of pushing it.
Hell no. Give me the Allen Robinson hype, breakout.
I would say on that team, I would say Cam Akers breaks out before A-Rob.
I like Cam Akers. Yeah, I like Cam Akers. I hope he does good coming off an injury. Cam Akers gets a ring.
Cam Akers does get a ring. Although he's just a little younger, but
it's okay.
Younger.
Okay, yeah. Cam Akers is young.
He's on my fantasy team, so he better have a good year.
There you go. My ceiling for them is they go back to the Super Bowl with a weak NFC.
I want to say their ceiling is win it. I mean, their ceiling has to be win it.
Their ceiling does have to be win it. I mean, you won it last year, so yeah.
Yeah.
Ceiling has to be win it.
One seed in the NFC, first round bye, bust through the easy NFC, and then
win the Super Bowl again. I think winning the Super Bowl is going to be a lot harder than it was last year.
Oh, 100%.
But
100%.
Yeah. I think if Stafford and the defense can still prove to be the same level, they don't have to be like this big powerhouse, but if they can just play at like the same level or like a tick lower, then
exactly
that'd be a ceiling for them.
Exactly.
My floor is, I mean, with this injury, maybe Stafford takes us a step back. I think they're definitely a playoff team.
I think it's crazy to say they don't win the division. I think they win the division regardless.
Really?
Regardless, yeah.
Huh.
They almost have to.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, at their floor, that meaning like everything basically goes wrong for them, I think the Niners could take it.
Would Trey Lance is starting? Could we?
That's such a big question mark. So you got to see where Trey Lance
like
is.
if I'm
or
looking
Cardinals
at it,
maybe.
I think the Rams are almost a lock because Trey Lance starting quarterback first year, so we'll see how that goes. Kyler Murray always has a second half fall off. So I mean, if we're going off just the past few years, I don't see a way the Rams don't win the division. I'm saying they win the division, but they're not the number 1 seed.
Yeah, I could see that.
They're like the 3 seed.
and they get booted and like they don't make it to the NFC Championship.
Yeah, they get booted in the first or second
round.
round. Yeah.
Yeah, if they're not the number 1 seed, then it'd be like first or second round. Yeah, I can get behind that. We actually finished a pretty good time because that's all I have for the Rams.
I was about to say, yeah, that's
the Rams didn't do too much to it. They didn't do anything that crazy other than Allen Robinson and I guess Bobby Wagner. But
yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Aaron Donald does because he lost 2 of his linemen. Like he lost Von Miller and that D tackle.
Yeah, that D tackle seemed pretty promising, and then I don't know what happened. I didn't really look too into it. If they
looking at that
traded him,
looking at that D line here, it's so you have Ashawn Robinson, Greg Gaines, and Aaron Donald. And then obviously you have outside linebackers are Leonard Floyd and Justin Hollins. So other than that, so it'd be interesting to see how that D line does because
definitely
you're putting a lot of pressure on Aaron Donald there, but
definitely.
Other than that,
I think he can do it.
I don't think I have anything else to say for the NFC West. That's about it. Seahawks are going to be dog shit. Cardinals are going to be mid. It'll be interesting to see what Trey Lance does, and the Rams are going to win the division.
Yeah. Quick recap.
Yeah.
There you go. That's 115. I think that's
a
good time. The way we were going, we were at like...
Bro, we were at like 30, 40 minutes, and we had just done the Seahawks.
We didn't even get into it, really. We just completely drifted off. But
it was a good drift, though.
It was a good drift. Entertainment purposes only here.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There we go.
It's got to be a good listen for y'all. Has to be.
Yeah, hopefully the new mics makes it a little bit better, too. So
hopefully it's bearable.
Yeah.
Because I'll be watching these back sometimes. It's like,
ooh. I know. I'm listening to the truck.
Yeah.
It's whenever I talk. Maybe I need to fix.
You just got a squeaky voice. Hit puberty.
Hey, maybe we all grow at different times.
I don't think you're gonna grow though. You're a little short.
Yeah, I am a little short. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah, I'm good here too.
Catch y'all in next episode for NFC North.
NFC North. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, we'll see it. Yeah.
Don't say ooh. Nah, I can't say ooh. That's going to be an exciting division. You guys just wait to listen.
Yes. And we're gonna have some other updates because I guess I'll just say it because I guess it's a good thing that we had like 20 to like 25 things happen today.
A lot more.
We had like a bunch of stuff happen today, and we were almost gonna fit it all in this one episode, but we were gonna push. Looking at it now, we were definitely gonna push an hour and a half to an hour 45 talking about it.
Yeah, I feel like we're at good length right now.
Yeah, so we split it up. So we're gonna have
we got some more roster updates for next.
Some more updates, yeah.
And then playoff prediction. So we have NFC North, and then after that is playoff prediction.
Yep.
And then start of the season, just like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
Go time, baby. Football's back.
Active. Yes, sir. Finally.
All right. Yeah.
That's all I got for this one.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, y'all. Doses.